So in today's video, I'm going to review what's been probably one of my most favorite rods over the past several years. And we're going to talk about why I've kept this rod when I've basically converted all over to Lews, why this one rod has stayed on my boat. Stay tuned, it's coming up. Alrighty y'all, Lou here from Beyond the Bounds. This is a channel geared towards bass fishing, gear reviews, tournament footage. So if you like that sort of thing, click that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Today's video is going to be about the Duckett Micro Magic Pro and why I've had this rod on my boat after converting basically completely over to Lews products. So that's right, I can actually purchase these rods for $40. I'm going to tell you how. You go to Bass Pro Shops, you pay the $160 or so that it costs to purchase the rod, and then you pay $40 for the gear guard. And you're thinking, okay, well that's $200 right there, so how does that equate? Basically, when the guides on these things break, you take it back, and because you bought the gear guard, you'll be able to get another one of these free of charge. You'll be able to get your complete money back. So in essence, if you wanted to buy this rod, spend the $40 to get the gear guard, and then when it breaks, take it back, and then you have another $160 there, again, to utilize to purchase anything you want throughout Bass Pro. So that kind of works. It kind of doesn't. I know you're doing the math. So, you know, just kind of a fun fact. And I say that because of some of the things I want to talk about in this review. Now, this is definitely a positive review because this is one rod that has stood the test of time for me out of the entire Duckett lineup. I've bought several Ducketts and taken several Ducketts back because of the guides. And that's always been my biggest complaint, and I know it's a big complaint for a lot of people. But even with the guides breaking, I have still loved having these rods. I've still ran braid through these rods, through these Micro Magic guides here. I've ran braid on this rod consistently for several years, and this one has held up. Not a single guide has ever broken on this one. I've even actually taken this rod down to Florida, punched mats with it, caught my personal best on this rod, trying to break it in a sense because I was throwing much heavier than I should have. I was throwing like a 2-ounce weight on this thing, or 1.5 to 2 ounce to try to get through this thick mat. And I was like, you know what? This is the only rod that I have. I didn't expect this kind of fishing, so I didn't bring my punching stick. And if this rod breaks, it breaks. I'll take it back. I'll get another one. No harm, no foul. And you know what? Couldn't break it. Caught tons of fish on it. Didn't break it. And it really has stood the test of time. And I've always enjoyed fishing these Duckett Micro Magics. Now I've got a Speed Spool Custom on here. Fantastic reel for this combo. If I had to recommend another one, my goodness, yeah, the Hyper Mag. You put a Hyper Mag on this thing, and you got one heck of a lightweight, heavy combo. This is a 7'6" heavy power, and it's got a great deal of good parabolic bend to help fight fish. It's like I said, this is one that loads up really well, and it's been a rod that has been on my boat, and I love fishing this rod. And there are two rods. There are two rods in the Micro Magic Pro lineup that I will recommend to this day. I will highly recommend to anyone, and that is this heavy stick and the cranking stick. The cranking stick, I literally fell in love with that product. It was hard to see that product go, honestly, because that is one of the best performing cranking sticks that I've ever held in my hand. Now, I do love my Lews Magnum 2 crankbait rod. Fantastic, phenomenal, loads up extremely well. But there was something about that Micro Magic Pro that I really loved. And you know, I caught lots of fish on it. Matter of fact, I attribute my success in my second season of kayaking a lot to that rod, because that rod landed me a lot of fish. I threw it a lot, I used it a lot, and the action was just fantastic. It was just phenomenal action in a rod. So if you're looking to purchase your first Micro Magic Pro rod, That's what's going to be my recommendation. Either go with the cranking stick or go with the heavy. The 7'6" heavy. You're going to be able to throw a lot of presentations on this, jigs, worms, Carolina rigs. It's a really fantastic combination for throwing those types of presentations. And if you're looking for reels to pair with it, this custom speed spool by Lews, fantastic reel. I love wind grips. I know that's not everybody's jam, but I really love them. And then if you're looking for another reel, a high end, if you really want to make this a superior product than the majority of things out there, stick it with a hyper mag. Absolutely. That thing, 5.4 ounces or 5.5. I mean, that's phenomenal when it comes to weight. And this rod is an incredibly light weighted rod. Again, my only complaints with these have always been the guides. The guides tend to break, but you know what? Duckett's got a pretty easy return policy from what I hear. But again, I've always gone through Bass Pro to purchase these Duckett rods. It's a rod manufacturer that if I had nothing but Duckett rods on my boat, I'd be perfectly fine with that. But you know what? I'm actually loving every single one of my Lews setups, so I wouldn't change now, even with what I've said and how much praise I actually have for this rod. You know, I want to bring a quality review to you guys about this rod. And real quickly, let me just point out a few of the things that, you know, kind of matter to a lot of people. One, it's got a little bit of an exposed reel seat down here. This reel seat has actually always really held true too. You know, some reel seats kind of come up just a little bit and you get that little wobble. Actually, this one has always stayed locked down. That's been, you know, pretty good on all of the Duckett rods that I've ever had. The reel seat really has maintained its lock on the reel, and I think that's good because you need that in a good rod. You hate to have this you hate to have this thing screwing up and then you're going to set in a hook and all of a sudden your reel's wobbling or something like that and you get a less than perfect hook set or something. The EVA foam butts and the cork handles have all held up well over the years, and like I said, phenomenal rod, I think, for the money. It is very sensitive. It's a very sensitive rod and blank. So if you're looking to get a Duckett rod, you will not be disappointed in the rod. The guides will, you might break some guides. I'm not gonna lie, you might break some guides. But you know, towards the end, some of those guides not really needed if you break those. I know that this is kind of a quick and hodgepodge review of this fantastic rod. But you know what? It's one that I've wanted to do kind of for quite some time. I just kind of wanted to sit down here, talk to you about it, talk to you about the good, the bad, and you know, kind of why you've seen this on my boat. You've seen it in my videos and everything, and you'll probably continue to see it in the future because it's a fantastic rod and I've got it paired with fantastic quality reel. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope it helps you make a purchase between, you know, a Lews reel paired with a Duckett rod. Fantastic combo. You can't go wrong. It's a very light and well-weighted combo. And you know, as always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all have a good one.